We're with Amanda Connor. Hi.
Hello.
How are you? I'm so excited to meet you. Is it true you're drawing for Supergirl?
I did a Supergirl book that Jimmy and his writing partner Justin wrote, and we're doing Terra right now.
What else are you working on?
I'm working just Terra right now. I was doing some advertising stuff and some illustration stuff, but right now I'm just Terra is it for.
Right.
And then a couple of projects coming up, but DC won't let me talk about them yet. But they're pretty exciting. Yeah.
How did you get into this?
I always liked drawing, and both of my parents are artists, and my father wanted to be a comic book artist when he was growing, and he didn't get the encouragement that he gave me about comic books, and both my parents were very encouraging to me about doing and I guess I could have gone into a lot of different illustration fields, but comic books are the most fun. You get to tell a story. Yeah, it's just, you get to draw and you got a whole story going on, and you can get a lot of different emotions, and it's great. It's really good.
How is it different when you're writing for a different kind of character? Is it different? Do some characters like Supergirl, you're like, oh, I get her, or Power Girls?
I try to imagine them with completely different personalities. Like each and everyone has their own distinct personality and facial features and everything. So sometimes I try and imagine them as somebody, like, I'm trying to think, like I think of an actress or something that I've seen in a movie, and I'm like, I try and sort of match or mimic or take a few things from their personality, of the character that they played. Like when I did The Pro, for instance, I was thinking, like a cross between Alabama from True Romance, but not that perky, And when Garth described her, he described her as, I'm trying to think of the actress's name. She's got 3 names. I'm so bad at this. Jennifer Jason Leigh, and give her like a real kind of sullen, sort of tired of the world kind of personality. So I like each character having their own distinctive personalities. So that's what makes it for me. It's just making everybody, their personality pop.
Have you seen it like, because Jim was talking actually about having characters and having them kind of be different when other people kind of then take something from it, but you talked about the purity of it being in a comic book form, and that's something that's your, in a way it's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. I like I like people to look at a character and go, this really rings true to this character, like this is what this personality would do, and instead of a lot of times they have, it's just a fight fest, it's like, well, we all like to like slug it out sometimes, but it's when they're not fighting, that's when they're really interesting. That's when they're like a really interesting character, when they're at home chowing down on ice cream because they're depressed about something.
Do you feel that you have a strength for male characters or female characters? Or?
I think female characters I'm a little bit stronger with. I like doing male characters, but what I discovered coming out of art school was that guys usually have a tendency to draw men a little bit better because you grow up looking at a man in the mirror every day of your life, or a boy, or
Right.
And girls do the same. They tend to be a little bit better at drawing girls because you look in the mirror and that's what you see.
Oh no, and your women are so feminine, but they're also very strong.
Yeah.
And so I relate to that a lot. Whereas men, kind of, it's for men. And so I get sometimes a little insecure, because I'm like, but I'm not that. I mean, it's so like, oh my God,
I mean, some guys are known for their women. Like my friend Adam Hughes, he just does stunning women, like, whoa, and what people don't know about him is that his men are just as amazing as his women, but nobody pays attention. Because they're looking at the women, they're like, wow, and here he is drawing this perfect man, and I'm like, well, you're just as good at the men as you are at the women, but nobody knows that, so.
Who are some of your favorite characters that you've drawn? Are there characters that you keep wanting to come back to because you're like, that was just so much fun, or do you get a relationship with them?
I loved the Pro. The Pro was my baby. I loved her, you know. She was our baby, Jimmy and Garth and my baby. I loved drawing her. She's got a lot of personality, a very strong personality. I did like drawing Power Girl a lot. That was a lot of fun. Power Girl was good. I'm trying to think. I know I'm like missing one that I really, really love. Who else did I? Boy, all of them. You know, I try and bring something to all of them, so I end up really liking, you know, Tara is pretty fun too. Tara is actually a Teen Titans character, and there have been a couple of different Taras in the Teen Titans, and there's a brand new one now. So, and we're going to sort of get into her origins and all of their origins, actually, like find out a little bit more about them and where they came from. So yeah, and I designed her costume. I thought to myself, when I designed her costume, what would I want to wear? And that's how I did it.
So it's different. Like you put your own stamp on it. Even though she exists already, you're like, okay.
Yeah. This new one, she's like, I guess she could be like, she's of the same, you know, group of people where the other two terrorists came from, but she's a completely different one, you know. So maybe a sister, maybe a cousin, I don't know yet. So Jimmy won't tell me. You think I'd know already, since you know I'm with the guy who's writing her, but no, I don't know.
Is it easier or harder when you know the person well who's writing?
I think it's a little. I don't know if it's any different, you know. I mean, it's great doing it with Jimmy because I could just go in and I'm like, what's this mean? You know, instead of having to email, you know, somebody that I'm not in the next room with, you know. So that part makes it a lot easier, you know. And then I can be like, you know, this is really great, but wouldn't it be really, really great if we did this? And usually he's like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. So.
And is there anybody that you long to draw?
I would like to do She-Hulk. That would be a lot of fun. I'd like to do more Supergirl too. I want to do them all, you know. She-Hulk, my friend is Dan Slott. I'm friends with Dan Slott, and he writes She-Hulk. And he's always trying to get me on it. And every time, we can't get our schedules, but yeah, so we're just working and keeping busy. This con is keeping us really busy. It's great. It's really good though.
Oh, Amanda, thank you so much. You know, you have a table of fans waiting for you, so thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much. It's so nice talking to you. Sure.